Hey everyone, today we're going to quickly cover how to create perfectly straight UV maps for any curved surface in Maya without any plugins. This workflow can be applied to any curved surface where using unfold isn't good enough and you need perfectly flattened and straight UVs. This will work on objects like pipes, cables, and roads, or anything you can think of. So with that, let's get started. Alright, so here we are in Maya, and you can see that I have a few examples of a pipe, kind of a curvy cable, and then a road. So we're going to walk through how to apply this workflow to each of these objects. Now, it's the same workflow, but a couple caveats between each one. So you can see I have a cap here. What I typically do is I just go ahead and remove the cap. Now, you don't need to delete the face if you want to add it later, but what I will do is just simply go ahead and select those faces and do an extract here. So if I go ahead and do an extract faces, we got now just this open-ended. And this just makes unwrapping this, UV mapping this a little bit easier. All right. So now that we got that all set up with the deleted history, frozen transforms, and some faces extracted, we can go ahead and open up our UV editor. So in this UV editor, you can see that you have some UVs here. And so what I'm going to want to do here is just simply go ahead and do a delete. All right, so edit, delete. And then once we have, no UVs, we can select our mesh and we can go to modify and do a unitize. And now what unitize is going to do is going to go ahead and take all of these faces here and lay them flat on the one-to-one UV space. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is define our seam. Okay, so what I'm going to do is kind of zoom in here. We can go maybe on the front or the back and just kind of double click an edge here, and then that's now going to become our seam. So I'll go ahead and control right click, and we're going to go to two UVs. So we're going to convert the selection to UVs. Then what we're going to want to do is go ahead, hold shift, left click, and to invert our selection. Okay, so undo that, just shift, left click to invert your selection. And once you do that, you can go ahead and do a cut and sew and stitch together. All right, so this is going to be dependent on, how complex and how many faces that you have. So this could be a few seconds to or maybe a minute or two. So go ahead and just let that run, and then I'll pause real quick and then pick up right after it's done. All right, great. So that finished here. And you can see that we have everything kind of laid out nicely, but still what we need to do is you can see that our UVs kind of have these open edges here on the end, and you can simply go ahead, go into edge mode, marquee select all these edges on the side like so, and just run a sew. All right, so go ahead and do that on both sides. So that makes sure that just takes care of any open edges here. All right, so I go ahead and do a sew there. And if we actually go ahead and look at this with our checker here, and what I'm going to want to do is you can go down to align and snap here, and you can do what's called a normalize, and that's going to just bring it back down to the one-to-one UV size, and I can kind of scale that up from there. Okay, but you can see there's some things that look a little bit off. So the next step that we need to do is kind of unfold along an axis. Okay, so what I want to do now is go to the unfold tab, and we have unfold along U or V. Now we want to do the vertical, so we want to go ahead and do unfold along the V. So go ahead and select that. And then let's take a look at what's going to happen to the UVs next. There we go. So this kind of helps out, and we're already starting to get a much better result here on the mesh. UV maps are looking pretty good, but you can still kind of see, we get a little bit of waviness here around the curvature and the turning. So in order to fix that, you can just do a straighten UVs. All right, and you can adjust the angle and get some, adjust some results here, but this is essentially going to give us exactly what we want. It's going to give us nice straight UVs, and there you go. So now I can click off of that and look at that. So we have this nice clean checker running along, and we have nice clean UVs. So I can assign, whatever material or texture to the object. Okay, so I can, of course, scale it, or again, run the align and snap and bring that all the way back down to the one-to-one. So it works out well. All right, so the same exact thing can be done here. right? So I can go ahead and delete my UVs, select this here, and I can go to modify unitize. I can go ahead now this one has open faces, so I can double click this. Let me actually go ahead and click off the checker box here. And I can double click that edge. It's going to run, loop all the way around. Great, that's fine. I'm going to convert my UV selection with control right click to UVs. And then I'm going to shift marquee select. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a stitch together. All right, so I'll go ahead and do that and let it process here for a quick second. All right, and that finished. This one took a little bit longer just because it was such a complex object. Or much more complex than the previous one. But again, we go ahead and just kind of select these edges here on the inside. All right, like so. So I have all of these selected here, and then I can simply run a sew. And then once I run the sew there, I can go ahead and double click and select the entire UV shell. And then we can do unfold along V, the vertical axis, and then we can go ahead and straighten UVs once that's done along the U and V, and let that go through and process. All right, and that took a few seconds, and great. We can go ahead and do align and snap and go ahead and normalize that and bring that to the center grid here and turn on our checkerboard, and we can take a look at the UVs, and we can scale it up a bit so it tiles a little bit more, but there we go. We can now take a look, and look at that. You have this really, really nice, clean, even checkerboard that runs all the way along the length of the pipe, which is exactly what we want. And then for this last example, you might be thinking, all right, cool, this works for 3D surfaces. Well, what about a flat 2D road? It's exactly the same thing, right? So we can go ahead and do an edit, delete, right? You can say I already did it just before this. And then I can do a modify unitize. Once we have it unitized, let me turn off the checkerboard so we can see a little bit more clearly. We can go ahead and instead of, selecting it on a 3D surface, we're just going to pick the end seam here, or this end edge, and that's going to become our seam. Okay, so then I can go to control right click to UVs and hold again shift, marquee select to invert that selection, and then we can simply do a stitch together. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize that, and we can do the stitch together, and this should go pretty quick since it's a much simpler surface. There we go. And of course now we can just grab these ones at the end here. So I'm going to just marquee select those and just deselect the edges that I don't need. Great. And you can run a sew, and that'll just grab any open edges that we have selected. So we're good there. So we can double click now our UVs here, and we can kind of see what's going to happen here. I'll just bring this back down with normalize and bring this here and just scale it up so it's a little bit, we can notice the grid here. All right, so you can see it's still uneven. So the last step here is to unfold along V, and then which is our vertical axis. If we zoom in here, if we undo that and see what the difference again, unfold V, so spaces out nicer, then we can do a straighten UVs, and that'll just straighten the UVs nicely. And this is perfect for those, textures. I work a lot in the automotive industry, and we do roads all the time, and we need, curvy, complex objects that just need to have those clean, unfold surfaces for tiling textures. So once you start, tiling and increasing that, there's minor distortion. And when you have things like asphalt and grain and road and dirt, you're definitely not going to notice any differences. And just to make sure, just to prove that, you can go to UV distortion, and you can see the blue, light blue, light red is always fine, completely fine here. You can take a look at this, a little bit of light blue, a little bit of light red to show a little bit of squashing and stretching. On the UVs. This one's probably a little bit more, so I'd probably work on the settings. But all in all, I think this shows you how to use just the default Maya tools to get nice, clean UVs. So this is perfect and can be applied to anything later down the road. So no pun intended. So I hope that helped. If you guys, of course, got any questions, this is in response to a question that came up with, hey, do you ever flatten your UVs, straighten your UVs? So I wanted to make sure to show specific instances where I do that. So as always, if this helped you out, a like, subscribe, or a comment is always helpful in helping the channel grow and the content grow, guys. So as always, thanks again. Take care, and I'll see you guys around.